Good morning, students. So today we are going to discuss the second part of reproduction in organisms, the event from which life starts. I am your teacher Ankesh Singh and I am going to teach you this section of the biology, that is reproduction in organisms, section 2. So these are the four topics we are going to discuss about. First, in the last slide, in the last video session, we have discussed about the basics of reproduction. We have discussed about sexual and asexual reproduction. And now in this session, we are going to discuss about the pre-fertilization event, post-fertilization event, fertilization, and we'll summarize the whole chapter in one single slide. If you haven't seen the previous slides, please go refer that slide first and then come back to this one. So let us have an overview of this one. We have discussed about this thing in the first slide, in the first video session, but here also we'll discuss about this thing. So what is reproduction? During the lifespan of an organism from birth to death, the organism reproduces to continue its trait in earth. This biological process in which one organism gives birth to another young one's organism which looks similar to itself, such kind of biological process is known as reproduction. So these are the basic concepts of today's class. First of all, the pre-fertilization event, the event of sexual reproduction in which the organism produces the necessary things for reproduction. It is the step, or it is the series of events in which we see that how the organism produces or how the organism develops the different things which is necessary for the process of reproduction. Second, we'll see the fertilization, how these things comes together, fuse with each other, and these gametes produces a new cell. And finally, we'll see the post-fertilization event, that what happens after the fusion of the two cells and the formation of the zygote. So let us move ahead and let us see pre-fertilization event. So this is the basic thing of pre-fertilization event. The pre-fertilization event contains two different things. One is gametogenesis, that is the formation of the two gametes or the male and female gamete. Generally, you have to keep here in mind that gametes are haploid in nature. That means they contain only one set of chromosome. If two gametes are similar in appearance, then they are called homogametes, and if they are dissimilar in arrangement, then they are called heterogametes. And the second thing what we have here is gamete transfer. Whenever these two gametes are formed, these gametes are transferred and these gametes come close to each other and the fertilization occur. This fertilization is very important in the concept of reproduction, because without the fertilization, this process won't be a good one. This fertilization can occur outside the body or it can occur inside the body also. First of all, before moving into these two topics, that is gametogenesis and gamete transfer, we have to understand the sexuality in organisms. Sexual reproduction involves the formation of male and female gamete. We have discussed about this thing in the first video session. Here we are discussing it again. So the sexual reproduction involves the formation of the two gametes, that is male and female gametes. If both the gametes are formed in one single individual, those individuals are known as bisexual. If both the gametes are formed in two different individuals, they are called unisexual. Flowers are both unisexual and bisexual. Bisexual flowers like hibiscus, and unisexual flowers contains either stamens or pistils. That means either the male reproductive part or the female reproductive part. If the flower contains both male and female individuals, then they are called monoecious, and if they contain separate individuals, these male and female gametes are found in separate individuals, then they are called dioecious. Examples of monoecious and dioecious plants are given here. So let us move ahead and see about gametogenesis or the gamete formation. Now we know that the cell division occurs inside our body. This cell division means what? A cell divides to form two or more new cells. This cell division can be of two different types. Either it can be mitosis or it can be meiosis. Mitosis is involved in the formation of our body, or it is involved in the somatic buildup of our body, whereas meiosis is involved in the germ cell production or the gamete production. Now we have discussed earlier also that the gametes are haploid in nature, and these haploid gametes are formed by the process of meiosis. In meiosis, a diploid mother cell divides itself to four new gametes which are haploid in nature. Next is gamete transfer. So we'll discuss about gamete transfer right now. In majority of organism, male gamete is motile. The male gamete is generally able to move from one place to another, whereas female gametes are stationary. This movement of the male gamete towards the female gamete needs a medium. This medium can be anything. This medium is generally water for plants like bryophyte and pteridophyte. Now, one thing here you have to keep in mind, if there is one single male gamete and one single female gamete, then the male gamete can travel anywhere it wants. So there, the chance of fusion becomes very low. So here what we do, the male gametes are generally huge in number and the female gamete are less in number, which results in the transfer of the male gamete towards the female gamete. Whenever a huge number of male gametes are traveling towards the female gamete, we assume that at least one of those male gametes can easily fuse with the female gamete, and that is our main goal here. In case of plants, the male gamete is pollen and the female gamete is ovule, whereas in case of animals, the male gamete is sperm and the female gamete is ovum. The successful transfer, when the transfer is successful, after that the gametes fuse with each other and it takes us to the next critical event of sexual reproduction, that is fertilization. So let us see about fertilization. So what is fertilization? Fertilization is what? The fusion of the male and female gamete. This fusion of the male and female gamete is one of the most important event of sexual reproduction, because this fusion results in the formation of a diploid zygote. We remember that the gametes are what? The gametes are haploid in nature. So a male gamete which is haploid, a female gamete which is haploid, both these two gametes fuse with each other to form a diploid cell, and this diploid cell is known as zygote. From this zygote, all the organisms are formed. All the organisms what we can see are formed from this zygote. This fertilization can occur either inside the body or outside the body. If it is occurring outside the body, it is called external fertilization, example amphibians. If it is occurring inside the body, then it is known as internal fertilization, example in case of mammals. In case of seed plants, the non-motile male gametes are carried to the female gametes through pollen tubes. In case of the plants, what they happen? With the male gamete travels towards the female gamete with the help of something known as pollen tubes. Next, the last thing what we have to keep here in mind in the process of fertilization, that in case of certain organisms like honeybees or rotifers, this female gamete, despite getting fertilized, can develop a new organism. That means we know that the male gamete will fuse with the female gamete and then it will form a female, then it will form an organism. But sometimes in certain cases, the female gamete itself can get fertilized and can produce a new organism. Such process is known as parthenogenesis. Next comes the post-fertilization events. Now in this post-fertilization events also we have two different things, that is zygote formation and embryogenesis. First of all, zygote. We'll discuss about zygote here. Now, as I have mentioned earlier, when the male gamete and the female gamete fuses with each other, it forms a diploid cell, and this diploid cell is known as zygote. The external zygote which is formed in the external medium, that is usually water, or if it is an internal fertilization, the zygote is formed within the mother's body. All sexually reproducing organisms, that means the organisms which reproduce by the process of sexual reproduction, all these organisms starts their life with the single cell, that is known as zygote. This zygote is the link between two generations. If the generation of mom and dad and the generation of the son, these two generations are linked with each other with this single celled zygote. In some organisms like algae and fungi, these zygote develops a thick wall around it. This thick wall helps them to survive in extreme environmental conditions. Next, after this we have embryogenesis. What is embryogenesis? This single celled zygote develops an embryo, that is a multicellular structure. This formation of a multicellular structure from a single cell is known as embryogenesis. Now here you have to keep one thing in mind, that this one single cell is dividing itself, and after the division it is producing the different organs of our body. Hence this process of cell division and cell differentiation is very important. What happens here? the cell divides, and after the division each and every cell is defined to do a certain kind of function. Example, a single zygote divides, and after the division, let us suppose a single cell divided into 5 cells, and after the 5 cells are formed, one cell is involved in the formation of nervous system, another cell is involved in the formation of circulatory system, another cell is involved in the formation of different systems of our body. So this is how it actually works. The cell division increases the numbers of the cells in the developing embryo, and cell differentiation modifies them to form a single tissue, and then they will form a single organ. In case of plants, after the zygote is formed, after all these processes occurred, the zygote is formed. After the formation of the zygote, that zygote converts itself into a fruit, and the accessory parts which are necessary for the process of reproduction like sepals, petals, stamens, all these things falls off. In case of a plant, what happens? The flower, after the process of reproduction, its ovule, its ovary forms an fruit, and the other accessory parts develops to fall off from the flower or from the plant's body. This is about the post-fertilization event. So last, we'll summarize this whole chapter. What we have studied about the definition of reproduction. We have seen the different types of reproduction, asexual and sexual reproduction. We have seen the different types of sexual reproduction. We have seen like asexual reproduction are of different types like budding, fragmentation, and binary fission, multiple fission. These things we have studied, and after that we have studied about the sexual reproduction. We have seen the different events of sexual reproduction, that is pre-fertilization event, fertilization, and post-fertilization event. We have discussed about each of these things very carefully, very easily, so that you can understand each of these things very well. After this, what you have to do, you have to go through your book, you have to read the thing with these concepts in your mind, and that will help you to clear out all your doubts. Further, if you have any doubt regarding this chapter, if you have any questions regarding this presentation, you can reach me at these two places, whichever is feasible to you. And till the next time when we'll do the question answer session, till that, goodbye and have a nice day ahead.